On this edition of the Desert Vision, athletes swim, bike, and run through a sprint triathlon.
We take an in-depth look at a fire safety issue in the barracks.
And Camp Arifjan celebrates Pacific Islander Heritage Month in style. Welcome to the Desert Vision, presented by U.S. Army Central. I'm Sergeant Marty Borton.
And I'm Sergeant Bethany Huff. All those stories and more coming up. But first, we take a look at U.S. ARCENT's Best Warrior competition, where Sergeant David Graves is with the best and brightest in the Middle East.
3 days packed full of events to test the physical, mental, and even emotional resilience of each competitor. 20 of the best soldiers met at Camp Buring for the 2017 U.S. Army Central Best Warrior competition. Staff Sergeant Blake Owens gives the credit to his support system for getting him this far.
And just striving perseverance actually got us to this point. And then all my NCO leadership gave me the opportunities and the training I needed to be successful.
Day 2 pushed the participants through a PT test, a portion of the air assault obstacle course, and a test of soldier skills to include calls for fire, putting together a radio, donning protective gear, and care under fire. Day 3 started early with a 12-mile ruck march, followed by a rifle qualification. The day ended with the mental stress of a sergeant's major board, led by Command Sergeant Major Eric Dostie.
All right, there's a chair located behind you. I want you to go ahead and have a seat.
Specialist Brent Evans describes how he felt once he heard his name called as one of the 2 winners.
Completely surprised. I definitely felt the competition was very strong, so I wasn't exactly sure where we stood because they didn't let us know throughout the whole competition. However, I was honored to be here and represent, and when they called my name, I knew it was all worth it at that time.
These warriors pushed themselves harder for the past few days than many soldiers will ever experience.
It was a sigh of relief, almost disbelief, because there was a lot of excellent competitors here. So it was definitely an honor.
Specialist Evans and Sergeant Owens will go on to represent U.S. ARCENT at the next level as they work towards winning Soldier of the Year. For U.S. Army Central, I'm Sergeant David Graves.
The winners and runners-up will begin their next phase in training for Soldier of the Year.
As the Commanding General for Central Command, General Joseph Fattel has a wide range of responsibilities in the Middle East. He recently visited Kuwait to check in with soldiers and see how the 3-1 Cav is settling in. After a quick flight to Camp Buring, General Votel sat down with the command staff of the 3-1 to gain a better understanding of their operations throughout the region. General Votel also took time to get to know a few of the soldiers and to hear their story. He finished his visit with a special luncheon and a quick coin ceremony at Camp Arifjan. This is General Votel's first visit since last September. He said with so much going on, it's always nice to connect with the soldiers on the ground. We'll be right back.
Once a soldier.
A soldier for life.
Welcome back to the Desert Vision, presented by U.S. Army Central. Triathlons are a unique event where competitors swim, bike, and then run towards the finish line. Athletes tested their physical endurance during the annual event.
I did the Camp Arifjan triathlon. It was nerve-wracking. It was crazy. Just swimming, as soon as you get in the pool, it just seems like it all happens real fast, and the whole fluid of it, you're going the whole entire time. There's a 750-meter swim, a 20K bike ride, as well as a 5K run. I feel I did good. I surprised myself. It was something I never did before. There were all different skill types. There were people who've done it before, people like me who have never done it before, people that finished it real quick in under an hour and a half. And there were others that just, like myself, we just tried, we just ran and gave it our best and surprised ourselves. It's kind of stressful at first, and then once you start getting through it, it's very calm. Everybody there is so nice, everyone's cheering each other on. I would tell other soldiers to just try it, just go for it. It's something new. It's not very often you get a chance to try something like this. And it's not a full triathlon, it was just a sprint, so it's just to get a taste. You can see where your strengths are and how weak you are, and just build upon that.
Approximately 80 individuals finished a triathlon, which beat last year's number of 60.
It seems like with every event that the MWR puts on gets super packed.
Yeah, every event seems to keep growing and growing.
With the Army hiking up its cybersecurity measures, the training must grow as well. Sergeant Marco Gutierrez is at the U.S. Arcent University to see how they're implementing this new wave of training.
Thanks, guys. Behind me is U.S. Arcent Signal University, where service members and DoD civilians get an extraordinary opportunity. Why don't we take a look inside? When soldiers deploy to Camp Arif John, Kuwait, one of the last things they expect is to attend a university. But thanks to Arcent Signal University, some soldiers and DoD civilians get that opportunity.
Typical students are going to be IT professionals that are looking to get their certifications, and also people that are looking to improve on new skills.
Arcent Signal University gives soldiers and DoD civilians a chance to get certified in a wide range of information technology certifications.
It gives the IT professional the opportunity to get some sustainment training while they're out here, and also to stay proficient in the certifications they need. We also have the Pearson VUE Testing Center here, and you can do a variety of testing there, from IT to law enforcement, healthcare, real estate, all sorts of different certifications. So we have all the IT certifications right here.
The Pearson VUE Testing Center gives these tests at no cost to soldiers and DoD civilians. Arcent Signal University is looking to increase its curriculum. Soldiers interested in attending classes can contact their training non-commissioned officer. For U.S. Arcent, I'm Army Sergeant Marco Gutierrez.
One person break it like that. Do not do it down. Do it where you can see it.
U.S. Arcent University has classes going on constantly and have trained service members and civilians since 2006. We'll be right back after this.
Hey there, high speed. That's not the proper salute. The tomahawk, the eye patch, the head tilt, the almost, the top hat, the flash, the first down, the Boy Scout, the cigarette, the switch hitter, and the ever famous Dodger. Those salutes you just saw are a no-go. Don't be that guy. Render the proper salute.
I was a witness to sexual assault.
I was a witness to a sexual assault.
I was a witness.
I was a witness.
I was a witness to a sexual assault.
My battle buddy was harassed.
I will not let fear hold me back.
I refuse to stay quiet.
I will not let offenders escape justice.
I am speaking up.
I am speaking up. I am taking a stand.
I'm a survivor of sexual assault.
These are your brothers and sisters in arms. It is imperative that you have the personal courage to intervene and act.
If you've been a victim or witnessed sexual violence, break the silence. Say something.
Welcome back to the Desert Vision, presented by U.S. Army Central. Troops may want privacy in their living quarters, but the materials that you use could be putting yourself in more danger than you realize. Sergeant David Graves walks us through what materials are best suited for privacy curtains.
I'm Sergeant David Graves for U.S. Army Central, and today we're talking fire safety, something you've seen a lot of in the barracks. And joining us, Michael Nightingale, Fire Protection Engineer. Thank you very much for joining me. So I understand you have a demonstration set up for us.
We do.
What's happening?
In the barracks, a lot of folks use privacy curtains to create their little space, using shower curtains, blankets, sheets, things of that nature. So we have Connex set up with our shower curtains, our sheets, and our blankets. We're going to burn them and see what happens.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
But I think our fire guys light it along the bottom so we get a bigger fire for you.
Tell me why this material is not good to be in the barracks.
This shower curtain that they're lighting is 100% vinyl. As you can see, the black smoke coming off of it is very toxic. And it puddles and it drips. He's having a little hard time keeping it lit, partly because it's getting overwhelmed with all the smoke. But you can see it does burn up very quickly and definitely not pleasant to be in.
Now, this is something a lot of soldiers are using.
Absolutely. This is probably the cheapest solution for a privacy curtain.
How easy would it be for something like this to catch an entire barracks area on fire?
I think it's a no-brainer. It's going to burn the whole place down. So we're going to switch it out to a different material.
Okay. You get that fired up off this because it's on the ground? No? I got it inside.
It's the same exact sheet from last time, just the other color.
460 degrees out of that last one.
Nice.
Which is probably more than that.
Now, this is something a lot of soldiers are using.
Absolutely, because they're cheap and inexpensive. But you can see it does burn up very quickly and definitely not pleasant to me.
And I noticed that on that side, it went up really fast on that side.
This is a 100% polyester blanket. It's still PX quality. A lot of folks are hanging privacy curtains with this as well. Easily convenient.
And of course, it's cheap.
It is cheap, yes. And this is not burning very well at all. It is a different variation of polyester from the sheet that we just burned. It is dripping. You see the plastic dripping.
Right. So with that, I mean, if you're in a bee hut with a wooden floor and it's dripping like that, that's a big issue.
Correct, yes. But on a wood floor, it would start to char the floor and eventually catch fire.
So what are we seeing here?
This is a 100% polyester shower curtain liner that I got at the PX yesterday. And as you can see, it is not burning whatsoever. So of the materials so far, this is by far the safest. You see there's not really any off-gassing. There is some, but not terrible. And he's holding the torch to it and it's getting no flame.
And this is available at the PX?
Correct.
So if you have to get something from the PX, you want to go 100% polyester shower curtain at this time?
Correct. The next item we're going to burn is a 100% wool blanket, and I expect absolutely nothing to happen with it.
So, and that's your standard issue?
That's a standard
wool blanket.
Army issue wool green blanket, correct.
And you're expecting that to look similar to this when it's all said and done?
I don't expect it to melt or burn whatsoever. It should just blacken from the flame, but that's it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go hang it up real quick.
All right. This is the wool blanket.
It is.
What are we looking at?
Standard Army issue wool blanket, and he is holding the torch to it. He cannot get it to light. It's singeing the fibers, but it is not burning. It's not melting anything.
So would you say of the materials that are available to us now, this would be the safest thing to use?
So far, this is by far the safest material we've tested today.
So we burned a handful of different materials, and as you can see, with surprising results. Now the thing to remember is to always practice fire-safe habits, especially if you're staying in tents like this that could easily go up in flames. Now if you have any questions on what you can or cannot use while in the barracks, check your housing policy or check with the base fire department for more information.
After talking to Mr. Nightingale, he told me troops are using all sorts of interesting materials as privacy curtains.
Oh, really? Like what?
Cardboard, some people are even using bubble wrap.
That sounds terrible. It sounds like the best option for troops to use are 100% natural fibers as opposed to synthetic blends to prevent fires.
I would say so.
Well, we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Desert Vision. May is celebrated as Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and Camp Arifjan pulled out all of the stops. The chapel in Zone 1 was completely packed as General Stephen Hager opened the celebration with a few words. The lights dimmed as vibrant colors and floral skirts entered the auditorium. Traditional songs and dances unfolded on stage, and even a few members of the crowd got involved.
You can go anywhere. If you're anywhere from Pacific Islands or Southeast Asia, it's an automatic bond.
The celebration continued at the MWR facility with a special feast straight from the islands. The roaring success of this celebration shows how interested soldiers are about other cultures.
Troops travel by plane, sometimes trains, and automobiles. Here in Kuwait, they can add another mode of transportation to that list.
The MWR bike program here on post is basically it's a program that allows the soldiers to come in and get transportation back and forth, being that the post is a pretty large size post. They can come in at any time, sign for a bicycle. It helps improve morale, it helps the troops get around, and it helps them. I think it's really good that the soldiers do have a bike. What we do here is all the bikes comes in. Once the bikes comes in, we service them or check them or fill them with air, whatever the soldiers might need. We deal with beer and also air, John. You're talking about at this time about 1,100 bikes. The troops must have a safety belt, they must have a helmet, and they also must have lights on the bicycle in order to ride the bicycle. The bike program facilitates the best transportation on this base. That means that they can go and jump on the bike and they can be where they need to be at the time they need to be there. Just put the word out, let everybody know we have a bike program here. They're welcome to come and get a bicycle, and it's the best transportation on the base.
Not only do the bikes help keep traffic down, they assist troops in getting place to place on base.
And with summer in full swing and the temperature steadily rising, I'm sure it's keeping people from sweating too much. Well, that does it for this edition of the Desert Vision.
For all these stories and much more, check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/US Army Central.
And at youtube.com/US Army Central.
And check out our photos on Flickr.
For US Army Central, I'm Sergeant Bethany Huff.
And I'm Sergeant Marty Borton. Thank you for watching.